Hiya.
You alright?
Yeah, sound.
Yeah, good. I'm a bit rough at the minute. I've not like rough. I haven't been out drinking or whatever. I've just been podcasting because I didn't press record on there. We just talked for 10 minutes, didn't we? So
That's fine. Take two, but it's cool.
Yeah. So, but it kind of brings us to a nice part anyway. Tell us your job title again.
Technical manager.
Yeah.
In the town hall.
At Middlesbrough Town Hall. Which is a lovely spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really like it. He was just explaining how someone came and took some pictures.
Yeah. So as part of our bit of marketing and publicity, and our commercial sort of sale of the building, they did some beauty shots, and looking at that, 5 minutes flicking through photos just made me like look at it from his angle, as well as just it's just a shot. Like when I send you them, there's a shot of the skylight in the courtroom. Yeah. And he's framed it perfectly. Like the camera's square. It's not at any weird angle. It just looks mint.
Yeah.
And I think it's such an amazing building. It's 130 years old in January.
Right. Yeah. I was going to ask you that. I'm glad you knew that.
Yeah. And from everybody that I've spoken to, pre-working here, and sort of meeting people and telling them that I work here, we used to go to Middlesbrough Town Hall all the time, like, so...
So everyone's been to a gig here, haven't they?
Yeah.
At least, like.
Everybody's got one, I think at least a memory of a gig, or a story of some sort, or, they'll remember, I don't know, they'll remember somebody that they liked coming here and coming to see them, but I think not everybody, but there's been some obscure people that have played, but like the obvious people have played, Bowie being one of them, and like the Britpop scene.
Rachmaninoff, I seen one of your signs the other day actually,
Another thing that I find amazing is that maybe Felix Corbett. So Felix Corbett, quick like history thing. Felix Corbett was an organist from 1899 to 1939 when he passed away. Yeah. And he essentially started off the classical music scene in Middlesbrough. Right, okay. So he was writing to orchestras and like Rachmaninoff, like come play Middlesbrough Town Hall. Yeah. And like bringing them here. Right. And that was before the stage was extended, so it's kind of his. It's down to him that this is actually a music venue. Right, okay. So like the organ got put in 10 years after it was built. Yeah. They maybe had the idea, I don't think it's ever been known, but they know it's 10 years younger than the building. Right. Which is still pretty old. Yeah, which is, But yeah, because of that guy, like, I wouldn't really have a job. Yeah. Do you know? So I think that's quite a cool... Yeah.
What's funny is, like, as you're kind of saying that about, like, this one dude back then was, like, into classical music and started the classical music scene, we've seen that with music scenes in like our lifetime. It's funny that it kind of reciprocates and just kind of keeps going, I
think there's probably you know a few people that I don't, and we probably know a few mutual people that have been kind of that guy at some point, responsible for so many gigs or a certain gig that you always remember. Well, obviously I worked for 10 Feet Tall, which were based in the courtroom. When I was thinking about doing this, I thought, and before I spoke to you, I thought, even though I dare say I've had a fair bit to do with the local music scene over the years, whether it's just going to gigs or putting them on or just like working at them, or you know what I mean? I thought I haven't actually done that much at the town hall, and then I thought, no, like when I think about it, I saw Alexis on Fire here back in the day when I was 18. For some reason that always stands out. I probably went to some of my first gigs in the Crypt, which is where I met Nighty when I was like 15. I thought it was really cool because I had a skull tattoo there. It's got it covered up now. And then I realised, I thought, well, Middlesbrough Music Live, like I stage managed, it's not in the town hall, but it's the courtyard area. And I thought, actually, even though it's just been like quite intermittent, there was maybe at the time 6 or 7 month gaps. I thought, I've done a lot in the town hall, and I thought, I fucking worked here for about 4 months as well. You know what I mean? As a technician, I think I went for your job. I remember that the other day. But
definitely
that was before I applied for it though.
Yeah.
I missed
Someone
that.
got it. I can't remember who.
No, I can't.
I can actually. I just don't want to name. But yeah, he did it for a bit, and it didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember going for it, and it was totally over my head. And they were like, because the interview I thought was quite good, because they had you fixing audio modules.
That was there was like a test or something like play a CD player through some like that. Yeah.
There was a lighting one, totally fucked it up. I didn't have a clue because I've never done anything to do with lighting, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm clearly not the right guy for the job. So,
is it right that you kind of sat down and after that portion and was like, I don't think this is. I'm not too sure if I'm the right person for this job. Is that just something I've made up myself?
It wouldn't surprise me. I'd forgotten that I'd done the interview.
Right. Okay.
So that probably makes sense that I did that. Because at the time I'd just left 10 Feet Tall, and I was working casually, and I was working casually in a few places, and I just kind of went for it just on a whim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew Neil and Rob well enough to kind of sit there and go, yeah, fuck that up. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it sounds true. Glad your interview went better than mine.
Yeah, it was alright, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do music tech at college or anything?
No.
No.
And just before, like I was saying, I've got a bit of a weird story. Not a weird story, but a weird into it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a product designer,
right?
Originally. Well, even going back to like school, you pick your options.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate coursework.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of coursework. I hate coursework. I just want to do stuff. So I picked the things like business studies, and I think I chose art.
Yeah.
And product design was one of them. I got by, and I was like, I think I want to make stuff.
Yeah.
I want to make stuff for a living. I always like Lego. I always like Meccano. Always like doing stuff. And first year of college, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, I think I want to be a graphic designer.
Yeah.
And then like the next day, I was like, James, you can't even draw, mate. Like,
you're
not going to make it as a graphic designer. So
I did that with tattooing. Bought a tattoo machine, can't draw.
Did you? Recently?
No, when I was at uni.
Yeah.
12 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
And someone sat me down and was like, you should stick it out. You might not like it. Just do it for another year or another, it was right at the end of the first year.
Yeah.
Do it for another year, get your grades, get into uni, go do whatever you want at university.
Yeah.
That's what she told me. She was like, you get into uni, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Everyone starts
not bad advice.
Everybody starts off on the same page basically.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at ridiculous courses like down south somewhere, and it was all recording studio stuff. It was all music technology or studio based. And I was like, I've been in a band.
Yeah.
Like that sounds right up my street.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then the head of my college course was like, just like, I'm not an expert on the courses, but don't knock like your local university.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but I kind of want to go away. Like, everyone talks about that uni experience. Yeah, exactly. And I went to Middlesbrough College, and they just moved in there and spent loads of money in the studios. And I was like, yeah, this is mint. This actually, it's on my doorstep.
Yeah.
Live in Redcar, get the train through. Laughing and
save fortunes.
Yeah, that was it really.
Yeah.
And I had an interview with them, as everybody does for university, and I was really nervous because I'd just done like an art-based course for 2 years and had no real experience at all, other than just being like in a shit screamo band. Like that was it. That was my musical.
What was the band?
Today We Part.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I got an offer and I was just buzzing, and then first awkward day where they like collect everybody up. Yeah. It wasn't even at Middlesbrough College. It was in one of the rooms in the old Polytechnic building.
Yeah.
Charlton walked in, and I knew Charlton. I didn't know him to speak to.
Yeah.
But the amount of shows that he'd played and been to, I mean.
Yeah. You just know
Charlton. Yeah, you just know people. And he was like, would he come sit here? And I was like, shit, is Charlton talking to me?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then like a few people, I didn't know anybody other than Charlton really. If I could tell somebody, like if they were asking advice, anybody that talks to me about university, I always say, go like look at Teesside.
Yeah.
Like don't knock it.
Yeah.
I get if you want to go to London. I get if you want to go to Manchester.
Yeah.
If you want a uni experience, just if you want to go more for the experience, just go elsewhere. Unless it's like a pretty prestigious or specific course, go elsewhere. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with Teesside.
Yeah.
So I think it's a cracking university.
I can think of 1,000 examples of people that went to London. I'm going to be a recording artist, or I'm going to be, up in the studio, working in the studio. And unfortunately, they're fucking getting at loads of debt because it's London.
Yeah.
And it also gets swallowed up into the party scene.
Yeah.
And just disappear off the map. And all of a sudden, they come back to work in a Tesco with a degree in music technology, but not, because they've had to come back to Middlesbrough, all the contacts have made in London. There's success stories as well, I'm sure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hard. When I went to uni and just got pissed, basically, about half of my course was music tech. But then after kind of like the first year, I had the choice to kind of focus on visual stuff or music tech, and I just, even through college, there was like a gradual progression where I just kind of fell in love with like music videos and films and stuff like that. So that's where I took it in the end.
Do you do was it a TV or was it just what was it?
It was called Music and New Media Technology.
Oh right, okay.
They don't do it anymore at Leeds Met because I don't think that many people passed. But I did.
Getting pissed too much.
Yeah. But no, like the course, they've changed the course. I know one of the guys who teaches like a different version of it now.
Right.
But yeah, it was a strange hybrid anyway. But it was nice because they just kind of, in hindsight, what they tried to do was just get creative people, whether they were musicians, because I'm into music and films and.
So I was gonna say you were music before you were.
Yeah, before I picked up a camera. Yeah. I did.
Obviously, still
I
had
did
that
college.
love for like film and photography and stuff like that.
Which is funny. You reminded me earlier actually when I went to college. I came out of school, did quite well in my GCSEs, and I thought I just had this thing in my head about being a computer programmer, and I was like, and again I just had this number in my head. I thought I'm going to be a computer programmer, and I'm not going to stop till I earn 30 grand a year. I don't know where I got this number from.
As a 16-year-old Rick,
I was like, this is like my life plan. I went to college. I did 2 weeks of computer programming. And I went, can't do this. I was like, what have I done? And I was like, my whole like life plan is gone. I think I switched it out for media,
right?
Which led me down the garden path that I've arrived at now. You know what I mean?
So I knew a lot of people that went into like that media thing, and it's a good. Not that I went into it, but I think it seemed like for people it was a good into like marketing, film stuff, photography. I think it covered a lot of stuff. And I remember some people at school doing it as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I liked it because it kind of opened my eyes to stuff that I guess I'd taken for granted. So, like even like deconstructing a magazine cover and how the use of words and images manipulates you into buying that or thinking a certain way and ideologies and stuff like that. Some people call it who hard. Like people say, "Oh, you've got a fucking." Nobody's ever said this to me, but when people say like, "Oh, like a media degree is worthless." Yeah, but what do you watch all night Netflix?
Yeah. Somebody
doesn't exist without a media degree. Someone who knows the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like people slate creative, like creative courses and things like that.
Yeah, listen to music all day and watch films all night. You know what I mean?
Read books,
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it doesn't make you money. Well, like the guy who wrote Game of Thrones might not have made any money off the books until somebody HBO goes, oh, we really like the book, let's make a TV adaptation.
Yeah.
And then like now he's rolling in it.
Probably
like laughing at people.
It doesn't get made like it hasn't been made by a bunch of fucking people who work on Chorus Steel. You know what I mean? Like it's no offense to anyone who works for Chorus, but what's nice is I guess I'm old enough and cynical enough to I was maybe someone did say something like that to me when I was 22 and had just graduated and like, oh, media, yeah, I'm doing law, and I'd be like, at the time, I'd be like, because at that age you've got nothing to like back it up, I guess, or prove yourself. But as you get older, you can go on and go, well, go for yourself. It's interesting that you kind of knew from college that you wanted to do stuff, and now I guess you still like you do stuff. You know what I mean?
Like I still do stuff with my hand. It's maybe not like making stuff. I still got that like love for throw a bit of IKEA furniture at me. Like I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
because we did bits in the Empire back in the day, you know what I mean? If I needed a pair of hands or whatever.
Yeah, like putting stuff up. Yeah, like not got a problem with that. A lot of people, I'm pretty modest, but like I'll try not to be now. But like a lot of people say, like I'm a really hard, like I graft really hard, and I think it's because of here though.
Yeah.
And well, not for me, it's here, but for other people, it's probably the industry as well. It's such a fast-paced, like high-intensity workload, long periods and short periods, but it's always the same. Yeah. And that changes. It changes how you think. You become like a problem solver. Yeah. They've got a square peg and you're the round hole. You're putting them in your building sort of thing, so you've got to figure that stuff out.
Yeah. I think we were saying before about when I work on the Polaris shows and stuff now, and they're like 12-hour days, and that I'm like, I've got this thing where I can just switch into it now because of years of working under Paul in the Empire and then stage managing and then doing bits here as well, and kind of going, and it can be a shock to start with because you kind of, I came from working in Blockbuster where I did 4-hour shifts and every 2 hours I had a 15-minute break or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like the job's done when the job's done, when everyone's gone home. So like if at 10 a.m. you're lifting steel decking into a venue thinking, when's my dinner break? Like you're in the wrong. There is graphs. How did you get kind of your entry into the live music? Was that helping out with gigs and stuff? Or?
In university we had to do some work experience. And I didn't know Nathan at the time, really.
Nathan
Stevens,
sort of legend.
And I found this guy, can I do some work with you? Need to do it from our university, and I think he appreciated the bit of help. So I did that, and third year came around, did my dissertation, and contacted him again. I was like, I'm out of uni now, I'm obviously looking for work, and he's like, I can't really afford to pay for you. He got some grants and stuff like that. And it didn't work out. I'll leave it at that. It was a bit of a tricky scenario, and signed on for 6 months. Terrible 6 months. Wouldn't wish it upon anybody. And then I'm at home. This doesn't happen like to everybody when they're signing on. The guy who dealt with me at the job centre rings me up. Last minute job that's coming from Hartlepool, sound engineer. And like I'd always, every time they go in, I don't know what it's like now, but they'd always say like, what do you want to do? What skills have you got and all this? So, and I'd be like, well, I've got a degree in music technology. Like I want to do something with music. Granted, like he didn't have a list of recording studios to hand to, but he was like, sound engineer position, and what was it? Record label manager or something, like, or assistant. And I put in for both of them very like last minute. They're like, come down now, fill the application form in here, and we'll send it through to Hartlepool's job centre, and they'll pass it on. And got a 6-month contract in a charity in Hartlepool Music.
I think I remember you checking up there a lot.
So I had to like train up there, and I was in a unit on an industrial estate, really cool place. Just moved in. Practice rooms, vocal booths, like PA in every room, loads of equipment, got some great sponsors behind them, and we basically week in, week out record. The kids would pay £1 for anything. Like it was £1 for a vocal lesson, it was £1 for a drum lesson. It was like a super accessible music charity. It was started on the back of their son dying, basically. Super creative dude. Into music, into art, everything the name, the things that they came up with was all from his like.
What was it? Is it still exist?
I think it's folded now, but the parents have started up something else.
Okay.
But like it was called Red Dreams. So like
I remember the name. Yeah.
That came from, he apparently used to have these like red dreams, as he called them. So that's where his parents got it from. So his parents were the founders of it and all that. And so we just record kids, like come at Christmas, record like covers. So all the kids that came to vocal lessons, they'd get a chance to record. So there's me, fresh out of university, buzzing about recording. I'm not
actually
bothered
using it.
Yes, doing it. Like, you know, not bothered about the talent, because it wasn't about that. For me, it was just like recording stuff. So there was that, and there was a lot of room. Like you'd go set up a room for a band, and you'd like clear it and record and stuff like that. And actually, it changed my mind. I was like, I don't want to be a recording engineer anymore. Can't sit in a room on my own and listen to the same songs for 6 hours. Genuinely, I was like, oh man, another realisation of like, don't want to do this.
Can I interject with
go
one
for
as
it.
well? I did a very similar thing at the end of my degree. So I went out and shot 2 music videos. One for my band Raptors at the time. And I shot one for Hey Alaska in here, this very stage. I was going past there on a skateboard with a camera. That was my track.
Amazing.
I
do remember.
The hole somewhere up there. Paul Martin, don't know if he was allowed to. I think it's up there. Let me up there with my camera, and I filmed the scene, top down.
Did you?
Yeah. So all the band are on it. You're playing.
I'm gonna go find that video. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Do it.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Give me. I'll put some ads on there. It's on my YouTube somewhere.
Monetize it.
Yeah, it'd be about 400 views on it. So
did them 2 videos.
And sat down, and basically at the end of my course, I sat down with like my course leader, someone else, and like the head of the course. Some people that I hadn't met, some people that I'd worked closely with.
Okay.
And they sat and evaluated my work.
Right.
Because it was like, you know, someone could come in with a song, or it wasn't like that, like a hand in an essay. We had to sit with our tutors and show them what we'd done. So like if I had recorded a song, we'd have to show them it in Logic so they could see exactly how
you're working out, sort of thing.
Basically. So I showed them these music videos, and they said, what have you learned? And I went, I don't want to be an editor, because I was like, I've just spent like hours and hours staring at this footage, chopping bits. It's basically what I do for a living now. But
that, I suppose that not a life lesson, but like now you probably look back and go, like, what was I whinging for? Because I learned stuff. Like, I wouldn't be doing it now if it wasn't for that, like 2 videos where I hated my life. But now you can do a quick edit in like, you know,
exactly. The skills of becoming invaluable, you know what I mean? But so you were saying about how you were at Hartlepool and you realised you didn't want to be a sound engineer.
So got another 6-month contract. Fast forward another 6 months. And just got with my current girlfriend. Nearly 5 years ago now. And I was moving to Hartlepool as this contract finished. I was like, shit. Like, this couldn't come at like obvious worst time. So I got a job as a stock taker. Terrible. Casual. Like, it was casual. You had to drive to, like, we didn't have to drive, but we got picked up to Manchester and Newcastle.
I know people who've done that.
Start at midnight, finish at like, start at 4 o'clock. Tesco's always started at 4 o'clock. Weirdly, B&Q's always started at 8 o'clock. In the evening. 4 o'clock in the morning for Tesco.
Gary Paul did it for a bit.
It was a different company, but I remember him doing it. Terrible. Like, terrible pay. The company was ran terribly. And I saw the casual jobs for here. But I didn't see the current tech position, technical manager position at the time. So like, messaged Neil, because it was just after. It was like a day before the closing day, and I was like, "Is this like still available?" I'm working. I was going on a night shift. Like, he's like, "Just quickly fill this out, come down, I'll do an interview with you and all that.
Yeah.
So after I got the job, I got a casual position here, and I was doing a job in Manchester, and I'd agreed to come do. It was one of the last music live things here. I had to be here for like 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And like we never knew when this like jobs were gonna like finish.
Yeah.
So I'm texting Neil like I don't know when I'm coming, but I'm coming.
I'll be there. Yeah.
So it wasn't an amazing start.
Yeah.
But just not knowing anything makes you not knowing anything. I suppose I'm going back to like the graft thing, like not knowing anything, and having just moved into a house, or moved out of my house. And we just moved into somewhere, and then having to travel to Middlesbrough, so like loads of costs to like just makes you graft, doesn't it? Like you've got and like having a shit time on the door. It was just like I've just got to work hard. So I think I've created an even like all that, and how this industry is created like a crazy work ethic for me. Yeah. And I kind of put work a little bit first sometimes, but it's just how the industry works. So
it's funny. I remember before I moved into that flat in Middlesbrough, I was about to move in. I seen Jamie Wilkinson randomly on the street.
Yeah.
And he said to me, like, I don't know how we ended up talking about it. I was dead excited. And I said, like, it's X amount per week. I think it was 70 quid a week, which now sounds fucking amazing, you know what I mean? I was terrified at the time. And he said, I said, but I'm a bit scared. Like, I'm going to have to... And he went, look, you'll find it. Where, like, it shifts as soon as you have them fucking bills to pay. You figure it out, don't you? And I have done them since somehow. Again, similar thing. I worked here for a bit when I left 10 Feet Tall casual, just because it was extra bit of pocket money. And then I went to go and work at Virgin full time in the call centre, just because I was like running out of money, and I half started try to start a clothing label and like a couple of entrepreneurial ideas, which are the type of jobs that you start alongside working full time. You know what I mean? I didn't have any money to kind of take them anywhere, and I worked at Virgin for 6 months maybe, and it was like it fucking like crashed me so hard back down to earth that I was like, that it gave me the kick up the ass I needed to go, right, I know that I never want to do a job like this ever again. I was like, I fucking hated that place, and I still do.
I have days where I'm like, put me in a call centre.
Honestly.
Put me in a call centre is better than dealing with this shit. No, but then I wake up the next day and be like, let's do it again.
But and that ended up forcing my hand into getting in touch with Salvin Skins and Needles, but then I've got a lot of pride in where Skins and Needles has got to, because I felt like it's got like a piece of me in there, you know what I mean? But that came with hard work, and that came from going, well, I can like float along and have this job that I hate, or I can graft and make something out of something, no matter what it is. I just kind of, I switched and went, right, I'm going to have to bust my ass here. And I guess I kind of have since.
Since I've been in Borough, which is about 2 years, I mean, like, when I was in Hartlepool, I didn't really do a lot in Middlesbrough. I think I didn't fall off the map, but like, you just get on with things.
People do stuff, you work different places.
But since I moved to Borough, and then I kind of, not really, like, knowing that you were around the corner from me. Because I think you're just down from where I am.
I'm not far.
Like you were just doing something like all the time. You could see that you were just doing something. Like not like forcing it on like Facebook and stuff, but just like seeing the stuff on Skins and Needles, like social media, your social media. And then jumping, like, that first time you did the Polaris thing, I was like, that's cool. Like, that's mint. And then, when we saw each other the other day and you were explaining, like, what that actually is, I was like, fucking hell, that's even, like, that's even better than, like, I thought. Because I thought it was just, like, a low-key thing. But then when you were, like, people, like UFC are backing it and, it's transcending into something else, I was like, that's a cool, you got in on the right thing. And I know that's not like directly because of Skins and Needles, but maybe it is, I don't know, but it's kind of like
But it's my. I got to know Salvin through jiu-jitsu originally.
Oh, right.
Which is how I ended up.
Right.
Like which just goes back to that. I mean, people. I've always kind of preached people going for just trying new stuff and taking opportunities because you never know where it's going to end up. You know what I mean? I started out fucking kickboxing at a Mickey Mouse gym. Ended up making videos behind the scenes at Polaris. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a timeline.
Yeah.
But that's how I got there. If I hadn't got my ass out of bed one night and went, you know what, I'm out of shape, let's try kickboxing. No, I'm not telling everybody to go out and fucking start kickboxing.
Yeah.
But just by doing one thing, you end up you can end up on such a crazy path.
Do you believe, or do you have a belief that like things happen for a reason, or not things happen for a reason? Like the paths. If you didn't go to kickboxing, you might not have ended up doing Polaris.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever think about that? Because I think about that. Maybe it's just me. Like,
I do. I think.
I mean, it's obvious if you didn't do something, then you wouldn't like.
Yeah. There's a clear cause and effect,
yeah.
but there's sometimes like some people might not have the confidence to go out and do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously I'm quite a confident person, so I'm at the point where I don't really give a fuck if I get humiliated or what people think of me to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I believe that it's a Baz Luhrmann song called Wear Sunscreen, which I haven't listened to for a while, but he says something in it. He says, all your choices are half chance. And I thought about that for fucking ages because I didn't quite get it. And now it makes sense because, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in if I wasn't born in T-size. And the amount of things that
it's a roll of the dice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are in this world.
But a lot of them are choices at the end of the day. So you get good rolls of the dice and you get shit rolls of the dice.
Yeah.
And it's the choices you make. I think I've been quite lucky in getting to certain crossroads and doing certain things. But then it's kind of recognising that and making the right thing.
And even if you do something wrong, it's making the right decision off that, like maybe mistake or something didn't work. Like,
I think it's being
positive about it, or if you take it as a lesson, you obviously grow from it.
Yeah, I think it's you've got to be conscious of kind of what you're doing and the decisions that you are making, which took me a long time to figure out.
Dad always used to say, like, not as one door opens another shuts. I'm not too sure if it's not really belief, but like he always says you never know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because like I've got early days of in here, it was kind of like, I might get picked up for a tour.
Yeah.
Might say like, that lad's good. Like, what you're doing in 2 weeks' time? Do you want to come on tour? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Like, I'll go now.
Yeah.
So I think that's always kind of pushed me along to do better things in here. But
which has happened. Like, I mean, John Tasker, who started out as essentially Paul Morton's lighting apprentice at the Empire, absolutely grafted and would go home and like obsess about lights. Obviously landed a decent job with Robbie, R&M, and now I haven't spoken to him in a long time, but the rare occasions that he does pop up on Facebook or whatever, he's like doing lights for the Prodigy.
I know. It's been
and it does happen. And it's funny you mentioned that because I'm reading a book at the minute called The Black Swan. Came out about years ago, but it's about how
not related to the film.
No,
all right.
It's it's kind of like to do with randomness and our beliefs. So before anyone saw Black Swan, which I think I'm totally paraphrasing, I'm probably getting all this wrong, but say it's in Australia, right, or in that region of the world. Everybody in England it didn't even enter the mind that there could be a black swan. All swans are white. That's it. And then all of a sudden they saw a black swan and they were like, what the fuck? That, like, it's that kind of like randomness of opportunity. So every 100 swans you see,
there's like,
and then
potentially a black swan.
There's a black swan, and it was kind of like a representation for like the chances. So I think you're right. I'm basically saying I think you're right in saying that you could do 500 days on the trot in here. And it could be quite if your only aim was to get picked up to go on a tour. Every time a band comes and goes, it's going to get harder and harder and harder for you to be like, oh, this is going to happen.
That's the one, yeah.
But there's probably one out there, and some of that's luck. But yeah, this book goes into like how like financially, this guy used to forecast for them basically,
right.
And like everyone, basically like the financial industry is based on these black swans never occurring, like the Wall Street crash and stuff like that. And he actually ended up making a fair bit of money on it because he was like, at some point, all this is going to go tits up. When it does, this is what's going to benefit from it. But it took him like 20 years, you know what I mean? So for 20 years, everyone's going, you're a failure, or your stocks are shit. What stock market crashed and he was like, right, well, no, I'm not.
That makes sense. That's that like it's drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
that is drive. Like you just think it might never ever happen.
Yeah.
But that one black swan makes you continue to.
And like I said, looks sometimes part of them, and yeah, we're all quite. I'm quite fortunate, but I've also I like to think that I've been aware enough to take advantage of certain situations, which has led me to where I am. I'm lucky. I've got like a nice job that I can be creative in. You know what I mean? So, and if you'd said to me 15 years ago, like, would you take money over like happiness? I've had jobs where I've made a lot of money and I've been very happy.
Yeah. So
now I'm like, I know that I function better being in like a more creative role.
Definitely. You know what I mean? And that's obviously like person to person. That's not, you know, if anybody's ever like watching this or listening to it, like, it's not to say if you become a creative person, like you'll be happy or just get money. Like it is totally. Yeah. You've got to find your thing, but
again, it's being aware of them, and I think you have to make them happy. You have to put yourself out there sometimes.
Like Jones, you both know. Did some work for when we shut. He got a job with an events corporate event company in South Shields. South Shields, I get it. And like he tells me what he's like. When I saw him through the I think it was Christmas time, or it might have been Christmas time, or just after Christmas, bumped into him doing a job in Monaco.
Yeah, I see that on his Instagram.
Sound like jokingly, I was like, if you need anybody, I'm free. I didn't know whether I was free or not, but like I'm not gonna not like put myself out there.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like 4 months later, remember that job in Monaco? Yeah. Do you want to work it? Yeah. What's the crack?
Yeah.
Like that was like I'm fortunate for him to be, you know, his company to have got in. But that sound like things like that, like cool.
But off the back of that, leading up to that, he obviously knew that you're reliable enough. You work hard.
He worked
you know
here
what I mean?
before with us. He
knows all those values that I guess you've worked on and displayed made him. Yeah, obviously, but it takes that extra step sometimes to go. Yeah, just sort us out then. Like, you're just joking.
I was just joking. I was joking actually, and being like 10% serious.
Yeah.
And then later down the line, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like let's do it. I think like you've got to be cheeky. You've got to be cheeky in the right way in this industry. You've got to even anything like they can only say no. Like,
I find that people love talking about it because they spend so much time doing it. Like at Polaris, there's another guy who films a lot of like their stuff behind the scenes, and like travels the world filming like the athletes before they go for all the prologues and stuff like that. A guy called Mikey, who I'm fortunate to be friends with now. Very, very good like cameraman and like filmmaker. And now, like when I first met him, I was like a bit intimidated by him, but like I'd just ask him questions about like what lens was he using, what frame rate does his camera shoot,
and I bet you felt like you were being that he wasn't going to tell you because he's not going to give up his secrets.
Yeah. When all I've found in the entire world of creative people is the opposite. Everyone loves to talk to you about their process and what they're doing because I've got my process and how I do things, and you've got yours, and they're probably different, but by discussing them you might, and it might be not necessarily like camera related, just like a certain way you do something, like put a fucking chair away, or I know your job's much more important than that, but
but 80% chairs.
I've shifted a lot of chairs in here in my time. I get it, but I think that's important, being open minded, and I guess like, and people like it. If I was working with a kid who was like, how are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? I'd be like, he's interested. He gives a shit.
Yeah.
So I'm more likely to bring him up and go, come on then, like, I've got to shoot somewhere. Yeah. Like,
do you want to I know it's like it's not how it works, but do you want to carry some bags for a bit? And you can ask me questions. Like, don't mind. I don't mind. I need an extra pair of hands. Like, come with me. You know.
And those opportunities for me coming up more, I'm working more, and I'm like starting to think, I could do maybe an extra pair of hands out here. So it does make a big difference. It can be intimidating. I get that. You know, like if I was stood next to fucking Martin Scorsese.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, why? What are you doing? We do that for me.
Obviously, don't ask him while he's directing.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. You've got to know when to shut the fuck up as well.
Yeah.
And
set a few boundaries nicely, and I think. I mean, everyone makes like daft mistakes, and like you've got to fuck up on really silly things. Like really silly things, and I still do on a daily basis, really, like daft things. And I mean, like, it's been a whirlwind like couple of months, so like I kind of forgive myself sometimes. Then I really kick myself. I'm like, come on, that was basic. Like, that's the first thing. But I think for anybody starting out in stuff, don't be scared to fail. I mean, I'm petrified of failing. Like, I've stayed till like 4 o'clock in the morning here. Making sure that the next day's
so whatever
ready.
Happens the next day is,
and that's just me. Like, I don't think you learn unless you fuck up. Like, in school, you get taught stuff. I don't think you learn stuff. Like, you get a wrong answer, and obviously, like, you get told the right answer, but
you get told the right answer, you don't figure out.
Exactly, and that's definitely a creative. There's a creative thinking process to problem solving, and that's what I love talking to people. Like, I'll tell the lads, like, I want you to do this, and I'll tell them how I would do it, but then they come up to me and go, you know how you said to do that, wouldn't it be easy to just do this? And I go, like, I've got no issue with that, because I've just got that way of that's how I'm gonna do it. You need that,
like, loads with, like, again with software, whether I'm editing or whatever, and because so many of us are self-taught, you've just figured out, you know, you've been looked at a brand new, beautiful, refurbished building. Cool, there you are, crack on. You're like, fuck. So, like, even from where you start the stage decking or like whatever,
it's all changed.
To I think it's very useful to have someone go, have you thought about doing it this way? Because obviously you're like, oh fuck no, mate, nice one. Like, even if it doesn't work, sometimes you just got to have a go, haven't you?
Yeah, it's fresh eyes, I think. Like, definitely.
You got any like not major fuck up stories, but any like gig disasters? Any pianos going through the floor or around?
We had curtains up. Some really awful red and gold. Got put up in the 70s. People probably thought this was quite a theatrical venue. And Elvis tribute. Apparently he was a local guy, but I'd never heard of him before. And his production company were from down south. Had a lovely brand new truck and this forklift that was on the back anyway. That was like nerding out over trucks there.
It's very seem though.
They had some wireless comms, and I was stood over here at where the curtain control was. Curtains are shut, and they explained to me before, like, so we're gonna play. There'll be like, I think there was like a backing track intro. I think it might have even been like Space Odyssey, like 2001. That might have been that. It was something ridiculous. Anyway.
Totally.
And they were like, that's gonna play, and we're gonna start playing, and then you're gonna open the curtains.
Okay.
I was like, got it. So I'm on comms. Guy over there. Obviously the speakers are pointing that way. He's got his comms live. All you can hear is the speakers. Right. There's another guy on the other side. His comms are on. You just hear the room. It's dead loud. And this control, it had a start, stop. What was it? A close and open and a stop. And you had to press open, it'd stop. But if you wanted to stop it, you had to press stop. You couldn't press close. It wouldn't like.
All right. Okay.
It wasn't like a switch. It was like a 3. It was like you had to stop and start it.
Yeah.
So I opened it at the wrong point, So they're not even playing yet, and the curtains are opening. No. There was a little bit of like overlap.
Yeah.
And I could have got away with it, right? In the overlap, no one would have noticed.
Yeah.
But it opens, and I'm going close, and I went, oh shit, I need to stop it, and then close it. So I stopped it, closed it. They started playing.
That's the curtains are closing.
So the curtains are like overlapped.
Yeah.
They're not playing. Shows Elvis tribute, man. Curtains start closing. They start playing, and then it opens again. And I was like, that was the one thing I had to do. One thing I had to do was the very start, and I fucked it up. And like, I beat myself up, and like, Jonesy like ribbed me for about 2 weeks about it. Like, don't open the curtain, make sure you can.
Make sure you can open the curtains. When your last act is on, and the 2 songs in, and nothing's fucked up, there's no better feeling sometimes when you're just like, oh my god, like all the supports have been on and off. They're having a beer in the audience. What odds? You know what I mean? Like everyone's here. The main stage just fucking killing it. You're like, oh, thank fuck for that.
I always say like my job's done when the band goes on, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I'm not just kicking my boots off and like laying back.
Yeah. Well, you still got a load out.
Still stuff to do, but like that's my first goal of the. It's one of the big goals of the day, like
get the headliner on.
Crew, get him in quick, get him set up quick.
Yeah.
You have if they have an easy day, you have an easy day.
Yeah.
You do like the best to, and some people have got egos, and some people are really sound.
Yeah. Let's say about when band was it? Public Image Limited, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
With
what's his face, John Lydon.
Yeah. Played at the Empire, and there was an old crew, old school dude. You know what I mean? I loved them. Thought they were fucking mint. There were loads of them worked for Black Sabbath as well.
Sweet.
And they were their main gigs. Black Sabbath.
Were they all Cockneys as well?
Some from Birmingham. Cool as fuck. Just like dudes. And there was this young kid with a matted black hair. Thought he was a bit like 80s, like a bit cool. You know what I mean? Didn't say fucking word to any of us the whole time. Quiet as a mouse. And I said to one of the old blocks, I went, what's his deal there? And I said, he's been like lovely, you know what I mean? He's been no problem. I said, but we haven't had a peep out of him. And he said, yeah. He went, what's this, like second or third day in the tour? And I went, yeah. He said, the first night of the tour, he said he got too big for his boots, started fucking like thinking he knew it all, you know what I mean? He said, so we shot him in a flight case from London to Birmingham, shot him in the back of the Arctic. And fucking, he said he's never been a bother since. I was like, fucking hell, he hasn't said a word to any of us, and he went, yeah, he's terrified, that's why.
That's old school, that.
Yeah. That's one way you'll learn your lesson on the road, though, isn't it? I was like, fuck me. They were there, was laughing, poor kid just like shaking in the car.
That's not far London to Birmingham, but like, in a fucking flight case.
In a flight case, yeah. Unbelievable, that, isn't it?
Status quo.
Yeah.
I suppose a big deal to some people. Probably had a crew of maybe 8 people that have probably been with them for maybe like 10 or 15 years, probably longer. Some of them probably like massively longer.
Yeah.
And we weren't behind, but there was a bit of an order to the day, and I think we were waiting for the PA to get hung, and I wasn't shitting it, but like they were just sat around watching.
Yeah.
And like from our point of view, I'm just the building. I've got nothing to do with lights. I've got nothing to do with sound.
Yeah.
Like for the gig, bit of power, bit of extra lights or whatever got used and stuff like that.
Crew management
and crew management, stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, why is this not going? But like, kept saying to him like, he's all right. Like,
got everything he needs.
Got everything you need. I'm like, sound, not a problem. I'm going. This is way too like relaxed. But they were just sound.
Yeah.
They were old school, but they were just really, like, just super experienced. Like, I'd probably like to have been on that, crew.
Yeah,
just the way they did things, the way that, like, because they put some carpet down, like, just certain things, just like little details that are, like, I'd probably like to do. Sometimes you can't really do it, but like all the cabling along the front of the stage, even like the PA stuff. They had a strip of carpet about that big.
Yeah.
covered it over.
Just ran across all of it, yeah.
Covered it over and couldn't see it. They had some just bog standard steel deck, and they just got some checker plate, probably cheap, nasty stuff. Really shiny, looked cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Put it in front of it.
Just put that all around.
Transformed it straight away. Yeah. It's just like, you know, little things. Yeah. Little things make all the difference. And
yeah, you get that when, I guess, you've been doing shorts for so long, where you go, right, this is like, I can run a short, I can get this band on. How can I make it a little bit better?
Yeah,
how can
we know all that. Like, we know.
I can run a desk.
Yeah,
and, like,
we know all that. We know where the stuff needs to go.
Yeah,
like the carpet was like marked out as well.
Right.
Like little things like that when they put stuff on it, like obviously disappeared.
Yeah.
But like just so everybody knew, like Guitar World had its own space.
Yeah,
and, And the tour manager was cool. Like he'd come out. And I don't know why he asked me, because like it wasn't my gig. But obviously he had an eye for a detail, and maybe he might have saw that in me. But he'd ask me things like, would they normally put, like, there was like an amp box on the corner of the stage, would they normally put an amp box there? And I was like, yeah. I mean, it's up to you, it's your stage, I'm not bothered. I'll go speak to the sound guy. Well, that's 50 grand worth of amps, I don't want to put it in the pit where somebody can chuck a drink over it. Yeah. Okay, I understand both thingies, both views. So I was like, right, let me go have a look on stage. I looked behind Guitar World, and it's like fucking masses of space. Yeah. He's put this flat up against, like, he's got his guitar rack, like not Rick Barthy, he's died. Francis Rossi, he's got 15 guitars in this huge flight case. Yeah. He's been playing them all day, by the way. Just like other big stars would, like, well, not stars, but like other big names would be off on the bus or in the dressing room all day. Yeah. He stood there with his like Woodhouse like fleece and a hat on. Yeah. Just jamming on his guitar. Mint. Yeah. Like all day. He'd come out, then he'd bugger off, get some food, come back, pick up another guitar.
Just loves it.
And then he'd go, I think I'll use this one tonight.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, he's choosing his guitars. He's not like, it's not like he's got specific guitars. He's genuinely going, I think I'm going to use this one tonight. Yeah. It doesn't matter what song it's for. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's me, like top 5. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, dealt with that. It's just like that sort of stuff. Like, you know, everything had run super cool, and I don't know whether it'd put the tour manager on edge or something like that. But just all like those little details, makes you think like. Yeah,
and even like, you know, like some it's that thing where you just kind of take for granted that like you turn up to a gig and that's where you don't think that there's thought behind that sometimes. Yeah. Whereas, I mean, I dare say it probably didn't happen, but that might have made one person's gig without even realising it, because by standing in a certain spot they can see a certain person.
Yeah, like,
which they wouldn't have been able to have
definitely.
that stack of amps being in the way, you know
definitely.
What I mean? So without, it's like fucking Minority Report, like stopping from someone from having a not even a bad show, a 75% show, turning that up to 100% amazing show, you know what I mean?
Like I'm a proper what if guy anyway to start with, so like
to see that next level, like
what if that, like, never actually thought of it until he said that, but what if that did spoil somebody's show? Yeah. And he's kind of gone, like, he might have even not even thought of that himself, but just like, that could have, like,
just having the awareness. Yeah. Funny, innit?
1st of September, Dickinson's Real Deal.
Yeah, mint.
If you've got any antiques, bring them along.
I've got I'll tell you when we finish
this. Another story. Jurassic Park. So Czech National Symphony Orchestra. Yeah. Big international orchestra, been before. They are doing a tour because of the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Yeah. They are scoring the film live. Mint. Like, with the film, all the dialogue and sound effects on the film.
Right, okay. So you still get to watch the film?
Yeah, you're watching the film, they're scoring it live.
Right,
yeah,
amazing.
Mega. That's going to be class.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Big Mouth is a cool one if you're into your comedy. Yeah. Like Rich Hall's Hoedown, Russian State Symphony Orchestra, Big Jazz Weekender.
Where can people get tickets and stuff?
Middlesbrough, townhall.co.uk.
Perfect.
Well, I want one more view than me, because I'm going to watch this. I'm going to judge.
Well, I'll have to, like, because I check that it's on YouTube, alright. So there's 2, so it has to be 3.
My girlfriend will probably watch it.
Yeah, mine won't. She told me she doesn't.
That's fine. Like, I don't really know Lottie that much, so I wouldn't I wouldn't be bothered if she.
Oh, it's not you. It's me.
Yeah.
The age old. I sit and listen to you talk all night. Why do I want to fucking watch it?
My mum might watch it.
Yeah.
That's a given. My dad might watch it.
Yeah.
All right. I can account for 10 views, so like.
Yeah. Any more is a bonus.
Yeah, buzzing. I'll be buzzing. Yeah.
Mate. Nice one. Thanks, brother.
I was meant that. Thanks.
All right.
Shake your hand.
Don't think we're gonna shook hands.